The most significant red flag with this type of pattern is where the partner's words do not align with the action. They're saying beautiful things, but then they're not doing those things. They might talk endlessly about future plans, but it never takes a concrete step to make it happen. Did that bathroom get built? And who?
Welcome to the Secret Life Podcast. Tell me your secret. I'll tell you mine. Sometimes you have to go through the darkness to reach the light. That's what I did. After 12 years of recovery in sex and love addiction, I finally found my soulmate, myself. Please join me in my novel, Secret Life of a Hollywood Sex and Love Addict, a 4-time bestseller on Amazon. It's a brutal, honest, raw, gnarly ride, but hilarious at the same time. Check it out now on Amazon.
Welcome to Secret Life Podcast. I'm Brianne Davis-Gantt. Today I'm pulling back the curtains of all kinds of human secrets. We'll hear about what people are hiding from themselves or others. You know those deep, dark secrets you probably want to take to your grave? Or those lighter, funnier secrets that are just plain embarrassing? Join me each week as we take a deep dive into one subject matter, exploring the how, what, when, where, and why of it all. Get ready for a more focused, more revealing journey of the human experience. This is Secret Life, and I'm excited for you to join the ride. Today, we are talking about future faking. Yes, it's a new love bombing concept called future faking. It's where a manipulative tactic is used in a toxic relationship where a person makes these grand false promises about sharing future that helps control the partner in the present. So they talk about the future to control the partner in the present, and it's designed to create a false sense of hope and security and keeping the victim emotionally invested and compliant. Yes, a lot of married men, married women will future fake with their partners even and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to build this for you. We're going to go on this trip because they want to please their partner or act like they're pleasing their partner in the present to have control over them. Like, I was planning this big thing and we're going to do this together. I'm going to create the most beautiful bathroom with the most beautiful tub because they want to control the emotions of the victim that they're future faking with. And this happens in dating, a form of love bombing when someone's like, you're my dream partner. I want to marry you and have kids with you. I mean, that can happen on the second date sometimes. So even the first date with one of my clients. So this happens all the time, but a main person that uses future faking can be a significant partner you've been with for a long time, where they say it's going to change in the future. It's going to be better in the future. So here are the key characteristics, right? Words versus actions. The most significant red flag with this type of pattern is where the partner's words do not align with the action. They're saying beautiful things, but then they're not doing those things. They might talk endlessly about future plans, but it never takes a concrete step to make it happen. Did that bathroom get built? And who? That is future faking. Did they take you on that trip? No, that is future faking. Did they change any of their behaviors to go towards that action? And no, future faking. It is manipulation and control. The primary goal is not to build that future. It's a fantasy. It's a negative fantasy, but it's to gain power and control over the other person. Like, I will buy this house, but I will build you that beautiful bathroom. And that never happens, so that the victim, the other person, will go, okay, fine, I'll buy that. We'll get that house. But then it never happens. So it's to get attention, trust, compliancy in the moment. It's lying. It's another form of lying. And it's the emotional hook that happens to the victim. The future faking literally makes the person's hopes and desires feel like they're going to become true. That it's this cycle of promises And then, so there's the promise, then holding the hope, and then the disappointment that makes it very difficult to leave. And they usually go in that cycle. Here's the promise. This bathroom will happen. That trip will happen. We'll get that, I'll buy you that new car when this will happen, and you won't have to deal with this car anymore. And then the hope, you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and then disappointment. And then it starts all over again. And this is really, future faking is really linked to narcissism and love bombing. So this behavior is associated with narcissistic abuse and can appear as love bombing stage, but it happens a pattern throughout the entire relationship. It's where there's excessive affection, grand gesture to build that intensity and hold on to that false bond of hope. Common examples. I gave you the bathroom. It's a house, right? If you're dating someone and they say, oh, we're going to get engaged soon or get a house soon, or it's like that next step in the relationship, we will move in together. We will buy a house. We will decorate our dream house. You will get that bathtub. Making excuse after excuse after excuse when it's time to just save money and find an apartment. They will go, but we'll get this. They don't want to usually change. They want to stay in the apartment. They want to just save money. And they're just building this false sense of hope. Traveling, like I said, the dream vacation, looking up destinations, even flights sometimes, but then canceling at the last minute. Avoiding setting specific dates. That is what future faking is about. Major life events. Marriage, babies, giving baby names early in the relationship, and then constantly putting off the engagement, constantly discussing family plans for a later period of time when the relationship needs to become more serious. We'll actually do that when it becomes more serious, even though you're probably past this stage. Addressing conflict, using a new exciting future promise deflects from the problem that's happening right now. And it's like bypassing the present. Let's just talk about the future. Let's past the present. It's hard sometimes to identify these because when you're with someone in a long time, you want these things to become true. So let me give you some pure lines that future faking is all about. It sounds like this. We'll move in together next year, but they never bring it up again. Let's save for that big trip together, but they never follow through. They usually spend their money on something else. So there's never like the buildup of that dream vacation. I've been thinking about proposing. That's a big one. But there's no ring, no timeline, no set of real, like, oh, we'll in April. I'll propose in April. There's none of that. I want to start a family with you someday. They want to not discuss it now. Someday, they'll add. We'll celebrate our anniversary somewhere special, but then makes no plans to celebrate. On the day, doesn't even give you flowers. Lastly, I want us to grow old together, but the action shows there's little commitment. So a lot of people that do the future faking make those kind of statements. So how do you recognize it, right? If it's this false promise about the future with no intention of follow through, there's unintentional overpromising from excitement, and then there's purposeful manipulation to keep someone hooked. How do you know if it's unintentional? If it happens and you point it out and then they stop doing it, that's unintentional. Sometimes that happens. Purposeful, they use this tactic over and over again. And there's a bunch of warning signs. You get your hopes up, then you feel disappointment. Your partner promises things but takes no action. Promises are too good to be true, and future promises appear when you are concerned about something. Those are the big red flags. Vague timelines, no follow through, and dismissive response when you bring it up. Now, how do you respond to future faking? You communicate. They might not like it. They might not want to talk about it, but you communicate. You address the pattern. Hey, I've seen this pattern. You make plans, but it never happens. You talk about doing things, but it never happens. I actually want to start doing this. You express your feelings, sharing how it's impacting you without blaming them. Because if you blame them, they will immediately get defensive. So you have to say things like, this is how it's making me feel that you say we're going to get engaged. You say we're going to move in together. You say you're going to get that bathtub in the new bathroom. and it hasn't happened in ... And you keep saying this, but it's not happening. Ask for understanding. What is happening here? What is going on with you? How are you really feeling? Then set a boundary. Agree on a commitment timeline. If that bathroom needs to get built, it's going to be built by December, and this is what's going to happen. If we're going on that trip, when are we going? And you start making those plans. If no change, get support. Bring in a counselor, bring in a specialist, bring in a relationship expert, bring in a therapist, a couples coach. Or look at, is this the relationship you want to be in? Truly, is the pattern so deep it's not being changed for 10 years, 17 years, 36 years? So focus on the action, no words. Pay attention to whether your partner's behavior is consistently followed through with promises, because a healthy partner has consistent actions. Set your boundaries, communicate your needs and your boundaries early on. If your partner gets angry, guilty, or new promises happen, that is a clear red flag. They might not be a partner for you. Ask for details. If a plan comes up, ask for specific details and timelines. Be genuine with your partnership. Discuss, is this a concrete plan? Because a future faker will likely dismiss you and be vague. So try to get set details. And lastly, seek support, like I said. Most important, you cannot handle someone that has been doing this probably for a long time and with other people. And you have to say, this doesn't work for me anymore. You are never following through with your actions, and there's always an excuse. And I'm not going to keep with this pattern. And if I'm having an argument, I don't want future plans to be brought up. Because a vacation doesn't fix this moment. A house doesn't fix this moment. A ring doesn't fix this moment. You not following through with actions is a problem for me, and I don't want to keep with this pattern anymore. Because future flakers will keep doing it over and over again until you call them out on it in a non-aggressive way. I hope this helps with any future fakers, whether it's friends, romantic partners, your husband, your wife, whoever you are with. Do not allow someone to use the future as a promise to what's shitty in today. Thank you for listening to Secret Life Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Send me your thoughts at secretlifepodcast@icloud.com. Until next time.
Thanks again for listening to the show. Please subscribe, rate, share, or send me a note at secretlifepodcast.com. And if you like to check out my book, head over to secretlifenovel.com or Amazon to pick up a copy for yourself or someone you love. Thanks again. See you soon.